Now on my table I have this carrot cake, coconut cake, chocolate cake, light fruit cake, vanilla cake, mint cake, marble cake, banana cake, red velvet cake, cookies and cream cake, strawberry cake, yogurt lemon cake, classic white cake. Now I have been able to level all these other ones, and I'm going to show you how I level them using these particular ones by the side. So first thing you do, you get your board, place it on top of your turntable. Next, place your cake on top. And with your serrated cake knife, begin to level it. Now take it gradual until you achieve the level you want. Most of the cake leveling we watch on the television or on the YouTube or social media, they are so fast leveling them, meaning that they fast forward the video to make it that way. But right here I am taking it easy so that you will know how it is done. So I've been able to do that. I'm also doing the next one now. So I am leveling the last one now, which is the strawberry cake, and after leveling it I will set them all aside. Next, add your buttercream into your piping bag and begin to join them. Remember, for your sliced cakes to be very colorful, you must make sure that you mix them in between. Take the light one and mix in between the darker ones. If you have red velvet, you have vanilla cake, you have carrot cake, you have chocolate cake, make sure that the vanilla cake comes between the red velvet and the chocolate cake, because they are the darker ones, and then the other coconuts can come on top. That's how I decided to do all. So for the first setting here, I am starting with my mint cake, and after my mint cake, my red velvet comes up. And after the red velvet comes the cookies and cream. And after the cookies and cream comes the banana cake. You can see what I am doing. I'm applying my buttercream in between them to create this creamy line by the time you slice the cake. Now the buttercream I'm using now is something that every one of us already know. The 50% butter to 50% icing sugar. So I've been able to join them, the four of them. Now you can decide to place them on the fridge like that, or you decide to coat them again. But note, among the four cakes I've been able to join, the very first one I placed on the board, which is the mint cake, is more soft than every other one. So I decided to flip over the cakes so that it will not over compress the mint cake. So right now we have the mint cake that used to be at the bottom on top. So now I'm coating them together using my buttercream. I'm not trying to make it perfect, I'm only trying to just make it creamy, look creamy, that's all. Now, after applying the buttercream, take it straight to the fridge and allow it to be chilling. If possible, let the chilling be overnight. Because this particular one I'm doing now, I allowed it to chill overnight. Make sure your fridge is switched on and then continue with the second one. For the second group of layers, I am using vanilla cake as the base, carrot cake, strawberry cake, light fruit cake, and coconut cake. Now, these are 5 different recipes that I am merging in one. If you are selling this cake, you don't need to make it this high. If possible, each of the cake that is 2 inches high should be sliced into 1 inch high. Now get all the 1 inch high into 3 or into 4. Slice them exactly the same way I'm going to be showing you in this video. It will still be very beautiful, okay? Provided you followed all the instructions. Provided after placing them on top of each other, with your butter, you allow them to firm up in the fridge before slicing. That is the only way you can get a very fantastic slice. So the same thing I did there is what I am repeating. That is the same thing I did with the first one, is the same thing I am doing, okay? I started with vanilla cake, carrot cake, strawberry cake, light fruit cake, and coconut cake, okay? The first one was just 4 layers, but because I don't have any other cake that will complete the remaining one, I decided to just place it in one of the 4. Else it would have been just 4. Don't forget. Now that I am merging them this way does not mean you will do the same. You can merge them any beautiful way that you like. Provided when you slice it, it will be very beautiful. The same thing you did in the other one, the first one we just covered, is the same thing I am doing on these 5 layers. Cover with your buttercream and then straight to the fridge. Still allow it to firm up. And it is the same thing I'm also going to be doing with the 4 remaining layers. So now for the 4 remaining layers, I am starting with classic white cake, followed by chocolate cake, yogurt lemon cake, and then marble cake. Like I said, mix it anyhow you want to mix it, but be sure that the bright cakes are in between the dark ones. The same thing I have done with other ones is the same thing I am doing now. Applying my buttercream on top of the cakes, using my palette knife to make it smooth, and then placing the next cake, the next layer. Now the next day, set all your trays on the table, get them ready, get your serrated knife also ready. Also, if possible, use hot water, but here I'm not using hot water. The only thing I would tell you is when you cut, you make sure that you clean the knife. Now as you're looking at the cake, is very chilled. Remember, when butter is very chilled, it does not stain no matter where it is when you cut through. Okay, now the secret of a good slice cake is how well it's chilled. As long as it's very chilled, your slice, the cake slice, will be very neat. So you can see I have divided into two. I have also cut across it, making a kind of X sign, and now I am cutting again. All right, in between those X signs, I'm cutting again. I'm also going to cut again. At least this particular 6 inches should be able to give me 8 good slices, 8 good reasonable slices. Okay, 8 good reasonable slices. If you decide to do more than this, you might make mistake. Now when you are doing your costing, you can now calculate and know the real amount of money you should sell each slice. Okay, don't just cut and begin to tell people it's 1,000. You may end up losing. So I've been able to remove them. I'm now removing it one by one, and you can see how beautiful they are all looking. And because it is very chilled, even the butter is not sticking on my hand. Just gradually pick it out so that it will not lose its shape. Okay, and then arrange it. If you are to place it inside a bowl for maybe this souvenir takeaway bowls, you do it directly from there to the bowls before it will begin to defroze. So this is what I have there from this particular cake. Now let's go over to the next cake and see what we are going to be having there also. So you can see the second one. It is the same way I cut the first one. My knife went in the first time, cut across, and then in between the stars. Just 4 times that my knife went in, I'm able to get 8 slices. So you can see how clean this is. Actually the mint cake, which is the first one we arranged, the one that started with the mint. Okay, now you can notice what I'm doing. For me to remove any one, I clean my hands very well, so that, because as it is, I brought it out from the fridge alongside the first one, so somehow it is defrosing but not completely defrosing. So now it is staining my hand. That is to show you that when you want to do this, allow it to be on the inside your fridge. As soon as you bring it out, you slice. If there's any reason why you will not slice that cake immediately it comes out of the fridge, then you must make sure you didn't bring it out at all. Now this is the last one, which is the 5 layers that I'm cutting right now. Always clean your knife, very important. When you clean your knife, it will give you a very clean cut as long as the cake is chilled. Another way you can escape roughness is get yourself a hot water. Okay, run some hot water on the knife, clean out immediately, and then cut. It will, you know that Butter is very much afraid of hot water. So as soon as that hot water touches the knife and the knife touches the butter, it will never follow the knife. That is another way you can do it, and it will give you a very clean, sharp looking slice. Okay, so that is it for our cake slice. Just watch on. Have you registered for my Castle Cake? If you have not, try and register. It is a class you will not regret to attend. Okay, the registration is on now. So many people has already paid. What are you waiting for? It's a great opportunity. I am promising you that by the time you pay for this class, it will look like you are live in the class, because every measurement that you need concerning Castle Cake, all the secrets that you need, the pillars, will be unveiled. Next is one small Swiss roll that I made. I just tried to slice it and set it by the side of the cakes just to complement the colors. That's exactly what I am cutting now. I know that we all know what Swiss roll is.